Hello, my name is Josh. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I've recently been through a divorce. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share a quote that a counselor shared with me some time ago that has been incredibly helpful for me in my healing process, particularly when it comes to the topic of forgiveness and trying to have sympathy and empathy towards others, regardless of the situation we may find ourselves in. First of all, this quote comes from President Kimball. It's a talk that he gave in 1977 called Jesus, the Perfect Leader. I will put a link to that talk in the comment section down below if you'd like to read the whole thing. It's an excellent talk. I think everyone, frankly, should read it. But there's one quote in particular in there that has had a real profound effect upon me. Jesus saw sin as wrong, but also was able to see sin as springing from deep and unmet needs on the part of the sinner. This permitted him to condemn the sin without condemning the individual. So that quote is actually very powerful. At least it hit me really hard. And it can hit us regardless of what side of the equation we may be on. So in a marriage relationship, if there's been a betrayal within that relationship, if you're the betrayed individual, however that betrayal may have come, it becomes very easy to demonize and vilify our spouse for what they've done. And it does hurt. It is a very hurtful thing, and we have every right to be hurt and to deal with that pain and to heal from that pain. But if we can look across at the other person who betrayed us and recognize that there's really an unmet need there, and they're not really just bad people trying to do bad things. There's really an unmet need that they're trying to fill. Now, to be clear, what that does not mean is that you were supposed to fill it, and because you didn't fill it, they went out and did whatever it is that they did to betray you. The need that they have actually has nothing to do with you. But at least it helped me. It's helped me to have sympathy and empathy for anyone who's hurt me, and to realize just, they're acting out of a need inside of them that they don't know how to fill, that they're trying to fill. And yeah, it's hurtful, but it helps me at least reconcile somewhat what they're doing with perhaps the way that God sees them, and that softens my heart a little bit. Now, on the other side of that equation, if you're the person who's done the betraying, it is very easy to go hide in shame and to really beat ourselves up if we are the person who's committed the betrayal. We may ask questions on why we do these things, and this can happen in any way, right? We become way too hard on ourselves, and then in that process, we kind of don't know where to turn. We don't know why we do the things we do, and that can probably be true of any sin we commit, especially if we act in any way that's against kind of our own moral code. We wonder why. Well, one of those reasons may be, and it's worth considering, and it takes a lot of counseling to get to understand it, a lot of kind of self-evaluation and digging and personal work and growth. But you get to a point where you start realizing what those holes are, and then you find out how to fill those and learn how to fill those roles, and with the help of the Savior, they can be filled. The reason I bring that up is because this quote, to me, brings hope to someone regardless of what side of that equation of sin you're on. If you're the person that's been hurt by it, or if you're the person who did the hurting. Regardless, the Savior condemns the sin, but not the sinner. And so if we are trying to be more Christ-like, if we're attempting that at all, then we need to try to see people the way he sees them, and act the way he acts. Now, I need to be clear, that's in my own experience, that's not something that you can just snap your fingers and do. It takes work, it takes effort. It is not an easy road to go down. But when it comes to trying to have a way to forgive someone who has hurt us, or if we've been the one that did the hurting, for us to forgive ourselves and figure out how to repair what we've done, we know that the Savior doesn't condemn us. He knows we have a hole in us. And really what he wants, especially in a divorce, if the divorce is going to happen anyways, anyone who's been through divorce knows, right? There's enough pain on both sides of that equation that there's enough pain to go around. There's enough suffering to go around. But there's only one person that we could really seek that's going to help heal everyone. That's going to be able to use this experience as a way to teach us, to help us to learn, and to help us to grow, and ultimately to become better. And that's obviously the Savior. And again, that's true regardless of what side of that equation we're on. So this is a lesson that, again, my counselor shared with me a long time ago. This quote, I've reflected on it many, many, many times over the years, and I find it to be just incredibly helpful, incredibly profound, and really something that's helped me in my healing process, and I hope it helps you too. So again, my name is Josh. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but this channel is not endorsed by the church. All of my thoughts are my own. I'm not a counselor or therapist. I'm just someone who's been divorced, who's learned a few lessons, and I'm hoping to share those with anyone that it will help. Thanks for coming to my channel.